What's going on, y'all? This video is called What Do I Tell My Son? This is going to be reaction to Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp interviewing Tyrese. Tyrese dropped a lot of gems on this one, and it's talking about the power of individuality.
There's a lot of power in recognizing your individuality. Your people, your family, your surroundings, your environment will try and convince you that you are sheep. You're a pigeon. You are like everybody else. Your uncle was a Crip. You ain't got to be a Crip. Shut up. Your mama's a blood. Your daddy's a blood. You grew up in this. They selling dope, so I got to sell dope. They got the gun, so I got to get the gun. I got to dress the way they dress, and I got to look the way I look. Recognize the power of individuality.
I think it's important to know your past, but a lot of times for black people, I believe that we need to speak new power into existence and not be boxed in, right? So, one of the things happening right now in election season is we have tons of, in my opinion, tons of black people boxed in because black people are supposed to be Democrats. Black people are supposed to be this. We're supposed to do that. And I feel like we're some of the most boxed in people in the country. What I tell my son is that I always say his full name. Know who you are, know the power in who you are, and your greatness is not about being a carbon copy of me or your grandfather or your grandmother or anybody. It's about being you, but taking the greatness of our people.
And there's a lot of strength that you can find in recognizing the power of individuality, and you get away from this is what we all doing, this is what we all wearing, this is what we all thinking, this is where we all going. Where I'm going, I'm gonna get to a point where I'm gonna try and hold on to as many familiar faces as I can, because familiar is comfortable. But you realize that where God is about to take you, you ain't gonna be able to look to the left or right and see nobody.
Something I'm teaching my son as he grows is that the company that you keep, you have to make sure that you understand that everybody, they're not, that people may be in your life for a season, and you have to make sure that the friends you keep around you are like-minded in a way and at least have good intentions for you and you have mutual good intentions for them. So this is such an important thing, but I wanted to stop it there, but I'll play some more of it.
Gonna make me out to be like, oh, once you got on, you know what I'm saying, you turn your back on all your real niggas. No, I didn't. I can't understand what God is doing and where I'm going, but something about oxygen gets a little thin.
The higher you go up.
You know, they say snakes can't survive certain altitudes. That snake, you cut that grass low in your life and the snakes will be revealed. See, some of y'all are keeping it so real, the grass is high. Loyal, there's an expiration date on loyalty. The grass is high.
Man, that's a fact.
As soon as you cut that grass in your life, the snakes will reveal themselves. And as soon as God does this and start elevating you, them snakes die, bruh. And I'm as loyal as it gets. Most of the niggas who I cut off will never tell you why they got cut off. Because they still in the hood, they playing victim. They gonna tell everybody and their mama their version of the story. I got people around me that I've been rocking. Like one of my homies in here right now, Kenyatta. That brother right there, that's my best friend since 8 years old. When I was hungry, broke, fucked up, my mama was drunk out of her mind. May God rest her soul. Drunk out of her mind. Every level of dysfunction was in my house. Mental, emotional, physical, psychological abuse. Drunk, that's a drunk. So I love you, but I don't even want to sit next to this bottle no more. That's for you over there, sir. Alcohol has fucked my life up. That's why I drink apple juice. I ain't never had a drink in my life. I don't smoke, I don't drink. Nothing about what I do every day is connected to anything that I grew up in and around. And that doesn't mean that I'm bigger and better. That's the other thing. So soon as you recognize the power in your individuality, you feel bad that you're different. But God will never do anything different in your life trying to say the same as everything that you grew up in and around. Your
Let me play some more of this.
family has nothing to do with what God is about to do for your career. So that's some long advice for the 16-year-old. But I wanted to get that over to the old heads too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't too old to get that breakthrough.
Man, that's a fact. And I think that's just great advice. Such great advice, such a gem to drop to particularly young men. Such a great piece of advice. And again, one of the things that I think is so important when listening to this and breaking it down, when it comes to young men, a lot of times, what comes to mind for me in this whole piece of advice he gave, or this whole diatribe, was really Nipsey Hussle. That came to my mind because, I really think he was somebody who really stayed in the mix a little bit too much. And, we try to help our people, we try to stay in our communities, and it's important to do that. But also, it's also important to make sure you watch who you keep around you, your exposure, especially once you make it to a certain level and you have a certain amount of money. I mean, these are things that, he was a grown man, 33 years old when he passed, um but it's such a jewel to really lay upon younger men who are coming up, so that they understand the company you keep around you is so important. It can alter your life. Let me know what you guys think. I think it was a jewel that Tyrese dropped. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like for the algorithm, of course. Crucial Convo.